welcome to week 8 game of the week. Today we have the New York Knickets and Kalib. I never get the name right. We have the Knickets versus the Forest Green Snovers and the last champion of last season, Viperio. As you can see, the Knickets have Mega Manetric, Halucha, Cincino, Blacephalon, Staraptor, Tapu Fini, Crocodile, Dragalge, Lilligant, Mesprit, Aggron, while the Forest Green Snovers have Ribombee, Sceptile, Azelf, Mega Kangaskhan, Landorus, Therian, Rotom Wash, Heatran, Rampardos, Scrafty, Shilgon, and Galarian Corsola. So as you can see, going into this game, the Knickets are 2-5, have a bit of a rough season so far. And there's 10 weeks though, so going 5-5 is pretty solid. So there's definitely still an opportunity to turn that around. And the Forest Green Snovers are, well, they're obviously 4-3 into this game. I almost said something that was completely whatever ruined everyone and everything. But yes, they were last season's champion. So this is the first time being featured on Game of the Week this season at week 8, which is surprising. I definitely thought they were going to be up there. I thought most of the time, or at least a lot more times than one. But this is their first appearance here. Looking at the matchup, there are a couple things to note. One being both teams have an Unburdened Mon that is pretty solid. Assuming you can get rid of Landorus, Therian, Mega Halucha is very solid. Can carry, and Azelf, I guess too. Yeah, you need to chip down Azelf quite a bit, I would assume, for Acrobatics to kill. Other than that, the combination of CC Acrobatics is pretty darn strong against the opponent's team. Rampardos has the Crest, which is tragically... Rampardos... Okay, the Crestimons are Rampardos and Cincino. I knew I forgot something. They're supposed to be red. Rampardos has, like, infinite sturdy, meaning it always has sturdy no matter what percentage it's at or something like that. And Cincino, like, hits everything has skill link. Everything's reduced and has skill link. So assume you can get Rampardos down to 1, and then you can get rid of Landorus T. Halucha is very strong. Additionally, Sceptile on the other side of the field is very, very good. It can pretty much beat most of the opponent's team except for Dragalge and potentially Mega Manetric. I'm pretty sure. Other than that, I think it has... Well, and Staraptor. Staraptor and Dragalge are the big things. It has knockoff Leaf Blade. It breaks through the defensive cores pretty decently, I think. Mesprit and Fini get blown up by, like, knockoff and the Grass Root Leaf Blade. Aggron's not very good this game. I'm not sure why I'm talking about it. It looks pretty normal. Heatran's pretty solid. Heatran catches Fini, which you can empower Solar Beam if you're like the Giga Chad man, which is my favorite set ever. It's pretty cool. I mean, getting rid of Fini doesn't open up it opens up Kangaskhan a little bit. So that's pretty pog. How long has it been? 3 minutes. We can talk about it a little bit more. Rocks are pretty solid this game. Rocks and knockoff are very solid this game for the Forest Green Snovers. Assuming you have rocks up, Sceptile can come in or something can come in. Scrafty particularly, and knockoff Raptor, which is very good for Sceptile, setting up later game. In general, rocks being up for the Knickets is also pretty good, but all of the defoggers for the Knickets really hate being knocked off. Meanwhile, Landorus and Rotom, they both don't like being knocked off. I mean, nothing likes being knocked off, obviously. Especially those two, since they don't have recovery. But Fini and Raptor both losing their boots and leftovers or whatever opens the way for Sceptile a lot more, and even Landorus a lot more. So yeah. Rocks is good. I don't think we see Galarian... I mean, Galarian Corsola could come exclusively for Halucha and Staraptor. I wouldn't see that as an impossibility. But yeah, let's go ahead and look at first Viperio's team. I didn't get Kalib's team. I don't know how to say your name, bro. I'm sorry. I know you teach me every time, and I forget every time. I have bad memory. 1 second. And here we are. So the Knickets brought a leftovers physically offensive, of course, Landorus, Therian, Mega Kangaskhan, the Sceptile, Rampardos, Ribombee, and Assault Vest Heatran, which is pretty solid. I like Assault Vest Heatran. It's interesting bring. We see Rampardos holding the stealth or carrying stealth rocks, which is very important, I think. Um, and then potentially a sweeper Rabombi with Quiver Dance, Roost, Powder, and Moonblast. So pretty good team here. Very solid. We have Earthquake, Wish, Protect. Also, I didn't comment on that, but I saw it. So yeah, good team. Let's go ahead and get into the battle. Viperio is going to get the protagonist view as they are the returning champion. And maybe make sure the music's off. Music's off, and we will start. So, Mesprit lead against Rabombi lead. Interesting to see Rabombi led right away. This is a pretty great bring. First, let me comment on that on Kalib's part. Magic Coat Mesprit against anti-lead, which is an anti-lead against Rabombi, is very good. Leading your setup, I mean, obviously then it's pretty clear Viperio is intending to use this as a breaker and not as a sweeper. He's probably trying to set up a Sceptile endgame, of course. However, I think Rabombi endgame is just as good, if not better. Let me turn the music down a little bit. I think it's pretty loud. So Magic Coat Mesprit's a great bring against Rabombi, looking to set up webs, which is good considering both teams have access to an Unburdened Mon. We don't see, well, we do see the Hawlucha and Sceptile, but we don't see the Feeny, which means it is going to be running the Seed. So Rabombi gets it set up and fires off a Moonblast for 55%, which is pretty nuts. Of course, Mesprit can't do anything now. It's going to opt to Light Screen, which is good, as Rabombi Quiver Dances, which is completely fair. U-turn comes out from Mesprit, breaking the Sass, which is very solid. And now Rabombi is going to be hitting the Staraptor for neutral damage since these screens are up. And of course, Viperio opts to withdraw and send in his Landorus on a Brave Bird. Oh, nope, on a U-turn. Good read by Kalib. Kalib. I'm going to call him Big 32. Good lead by 32 as Landorus comes in. Landorus should be just U-turning. Yeah, U-turn comes out on Mesprit. And I believe we just set a Reflect, right? Yeah, so Reflect goes up. Dual screens are up, which is pretty scary every time an Unburdened Mon is on the other side of the field, especially when you get a good trade like that. So the only advantage here, that was interesting, right? Okay, so it would have been super sick if this set right here was like SD Power or SD Sky Attack. That would have been so funny. Because then you go Landorus and you have +1, you fire off Sky Attack. I don't know if that kills, but man, that'd be funny if it did. Lilligate comes out here. It kind of sucks because now your screens are gone. And Sceptile comes in here on the Manectric. Alright, double Manectric, so it's cool. Manectric Mega Evolves, obviously threatening a Flamethrower or Overheat as Sceptile stays in, and Hone Clauses. Flamethrower comes out and that just drops the Sceptile. So that was interesting. I'm not sure why Viperio opted to stay in. I'm assuming potentially, I don't even think that kills though. Yeah, it shouldn't kill. +1 special attack Sceptile against screens with like Leaf Storm should not kill on a Mega Manectric. The safe play obviously is going to Heatran. I'm not sure why Sceptile stays out here and sets up on the Manectric. Especially because Manectric was, or Sceptile was, I believe, the end game here. But Manectric is going to take out the Sceptile. Landorus comes in here, which is another interesting bring. Obviously, you can't be running Hidden Power Ice, but Ice Fang is something that's an option. I mean, it's obviously not, it's going to be doing 0%. Ice Fang will be doing, like, head calc says 35, maybe. But there's potential here for a sub or something, or like he kind of has no super great switch-ins. I mean, Crocodile is very strong behind these screens, which is what we see come out here. U-turn should be the play on Viperio's part. Actually, Viperio sets Rocks, which is very good. Like I said, Rocks plus Knock is very strong against 32. Smackdown comes out, which is a great bring. But U-turn comes out here and does 22%, which is very little. Kangaskhan is going to come out here, and Crocodile is going to stay in on the Toxic, which is pretty good. Firing off close combat, that's pretty big chip. Obviously, he doesn't know that Kangaskhan is Wish, but it doesn't matter here. Yeah, Kangaskhan can only protect his stall Toxic, and Big 32 is pretty free just to click buttons here. I mean, it doesn't want to lose too much health. Hopefully he just, yeah, okay, so That's really good for Big 32 taking out Kangaskhan here. I'm not sure why Landorus didn't come in earlier. I mean, I guess you're worried about losing lefties. So Landorus comes in here and is going to force Crocodile out. Actually, no, Crocodile just stays in, clicks knockoff, and brings Landorus as low as possible. Stone Edge is going to, well, Stone Edge plus Toxic is going to take it out, and the Wish is going to pop off, yeah. So Landorus is now at about 79%, and Crocodile is still going strong. Lilligate comes in here. Obviously, you're afraid of a Quicker Dance. That sucks. I'm pretty sure that crit matters. I don't know about how much or if it does, but I'm going to assume that Lilligant loses to Heatran anyway if it sets up here. I think obviously that's important still, but Rampardos comes out here, and now sadly the game is in Viperio's favor. Or not sadly, but it's just very fast the way that happened. Landorus comes out here on Manectric. The only thing that can hit it is, oh, Great Bring. So Magnet Rise comes out here. Magnet Rise Flamethrower, you're gonna have to fire off a Stone Edge, which should not kill. Yeah, even with the crit, doesn't kill. Sucks to crit. Oh, that's a bummer, dude. Okay, so reasonable play. The reason he goes for Thunder over Flamethrower here is because if Heatran comes in, it gets the Flash Fire boost, and then Kalib will just lose overall. Actually, I don't know if that's true. Yeah, it's definitely true. So that really... don't look at that. So Kalib is now just in a really bad spot here. Yeah, so that Thunder play was good. Even if Thunder came out... Heatran's AV, so it doesn't matter. I mean, he comes in, even if it comes in, assuming you don't paralyze full para, you get to Magma Storm for free and take out the Manectric, and you're still in a much better spot but you know, it is what it is. Oh, sub is revealed, which is a pretty cool bring. But I think now this Stone Edge will. Nope, doesn't kill. Pretty great. Hawlucha is now at +2. Acrobatics comes out here, and now there's the potential to, well, there was a potential to sweep, but Rampardos obviously has the mega, like the super sturdy, using the Rampardos crest. So Hawlucha is going to get traded away by Rampardos, and then Staraptor is going to come in, and it cannot take out the Heatran in one hit unless it is like Life Orb or something. Tailwind comes out here, which is not what I would thought you would see, but Stone Edge is going to come out here and do quite a bit. So yeah, roosts off the damage. This is pretty cool, but obviously it cannot rerunning Brave Bird and Close Combat now. So if it was, there's a potential to win here, but Staraptor is just out. So yeah, that's rough, man. I don't even think that, I don't think that crit on the Lilligant mattered super much. I'll run the calc. We run the calc right now. So the game is going to go to Viperio 2-0. Great game of the week. Let me go ahead and run that calc and see what the numbers say. Yeah, so U-turn does matter. U-turn does matter. I mean, it doesn't matter a lot, but the crit definitely came into play there. Again, I'm not sure how it would have affected the game. If you Quiver Dance with Lilligant, I'm not sure you get anything really to hit Heatran. I could be wrong, though. But yeah, that is going to be the Week 8 game of the week. Hope everyone enjoyed. And that is all I have for today. Goodbye. God bless and have a good day.